What is going on, everybody on YouTube? Griffin here, coming back to you guys with another video. First and foremost, if you're tuning in for the first time and you own a pest control business specifically, but not even just pest control business, you could own, any type of like tradesman service business. That includes, of course, all sorts of industries: plumbing, HVAC. You could own a pressure washing company, detailing, mobile detailing. You could even be, things like mobile pet groomer, or even not even just mobile, but just a pet groomer in general. If you own any type of service related business, we have some content for you all that you could definitely benefit from if you're looking to grow and scale your business with things like Google ads, Facebook ads from time to time, local SEO. Local SEO we hit very hard, and on-site website SEO we talk about as well. Just different ways of digital marketing essentially is what we're all about. Never claim to know everything. No one obviously does. At the end of the day, this is me just documenting my journey for you guys. If you look through the channel, we've been posting content now for, I don't even remember. I always say a random number. It's somewhere around like 6 or 7 years, something like that. Started, I was an entrepreneur from a very young age, and I tried literally everything, selling stuff on Amazon and eBay, all that stuff. Made some good little side money, but not anything crazy. Wasn't anything I was passionate about or anything like that. Finally, found the pest control industry, which my own grandfather was in for the longest, and I was kind of mad he didn't tell me how much money you can make in this industry. So, but yeah, no, hopped in. We've owned our business and had it operating now for, about 3 years or so now, and we're in that phase of growth essentially. So I know there's a lot of people that are in that same phase, or they're going to be in that same phase soon. If you're looking to really grow and scale your business, you're usually, if you're still in business within a year or so, you're kind of at that phase where you're making some decent money. You might be making more money than what you possibly have ever made, but you're looking to go to that next level. That's the phase that I'm at, and I know a lot of you all are at as well. And I'm just kind of documenting my journey specifically through that, things that are working for me, even the things that don't. Like I said, I never claim to know everything at the end of the day, but I document things that do work, don't work, and all that kind of stuff. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about specifically Google Ads. Again, we're doing another video live stream today specifically. This one's going to be relatively quick because these type of ads don't really... they're not really complicated in terms of setting up. There's not that much that goes into them. You still have to do, the heavy lifting early on with, your keywords, negative keywords, that kind of thing. But you're going to see results usually with these type of ads, in my opinion, relatively quickly, because you're not focusing so much on necessarily like a CPC, cost per click, in terms of, website traffic. I mean, you all know we tend to create a campaign without goals guidance anyways. Just from overall monetary standpoint, along other things that go into that. But you're not going to be necessarily, worrying so much about cost per click as much as, your cost per conversion, of course. To set it up, we're already in here. You would hit the new campaign button. I'm sure most of you all can find that button by now. But from here, you would select, of course, create campaign without a goals guidance. If you're not comfortable with doing that for whatever reason, just go ahead and select leads for this specific reason. But go with one of those two, create a campaign without goals guidance, or leads, like I said, whichever one you're more, you think you're more comfortable with. If you're very new, you may want to go ahead and select leads. There's not really a huge difference overall, but since I have, experience by now after thousands of dollars within Google Ads, I do it without campaign goal guidance. From there, if you select this option, you'll get a drop down of where you want your search, or not search, where you want your phone number, because this is a specific call ad, which means when someone types in, we'll type in pest control near me, for example. Of course, we have the Google local service ads in there, and then from there you have your Google ads. So these are pay-per-click campaigns, where you're going to be putting down your different site links, your deals, all of that good stuff. The irony, I just took one of their customers today. Different topic for a different day. I'm trying to find an example of a call ad. No one seems, at least not on page 1, no one seems to really be running call ads specifically. Maybe if we try, what's another search term? Maybe plumber near me. Maybe we have a plumber running a call ad. So we have the plumbing, sponsored. So the closest we have is Baker Brothers. They have their phone number listed on there, which is interesting. I've never seen that before. Let's see. So no one seems to be running a call ad right now. So that might even play into a lot of your favor. The fact that, there's going to be a lot of people who they want to do as minimal clicks as possible. And that's really what call ads are for. I'm not going to say they're the best ads or anything like that. If you have a really good landing page and stuff like that, CPC is definitely going to be I don't know if I want to say cheapest, but in my opinion, the best because, I don't know. You could go either way. I like CPC the most. However, I have had, a little bit of success with call ads as well. And if you see that no one seems to be running any call ads, then it may be something worth, looking to do. But from there, we're going to hit, like always, we don't want to worry about showing up in all these random areas. We want to show up in Google search only because we know that's where our customers are going to be looking for us. From there, you're just simply going to be, wanting to mostly convert with phone call leads, of course. So everything else, you can remove from the, optimization in terms of conversion goals. And by the way, if you guys have any questions, of course, anytime we do a live stream, I'm always willing to answer any questions as well. We have our general topic for today, the Google call ads, how to set it up. But if you guys come up with any questions or anything as I'm going along, feel free to shout it out there. From there, again, this is where you're truly selecting what you want your ad to be. If we were to hit website visits, from there, of course, you're going to enter in a website, and then you're going to be just like all those other ads we were looking at. Whenever you do phone calls only, you're going to have a specific ad where if someone hits that link, it's going to call you right away. So instead of having to worry about them going to your website, hoping the website loads fast enough where, people in this squirrel, I always refer to it as like a squirrel's attention span, where just like we're in society, people have no attention span whatsoever. Google keeps lowering how fast they want your website to load. It's all the way down to like 2.5 seconds now. And so, if you do website visits, of course, you're assuming that your website's going to load properly, load fast. They're not going to get bored, any of that stuff. Again, these are great to, if nothing else, test out your market, see if, you can literally get, pay per lead, essentially, in this case. So from there, again, we're just going to hit phone calls. You'll put in whatever phone number you want to use. We got our call tracking number from CallRail, of course, which has been getting some spam lately, but hopefully they'll get that fixed. But yeah, we have our CallRail. I was thinking Bright Local because I was doing a video on that for you guys recently. CallRail, and we put our number in there. That's all we need. You go ahead and name your ad campaign. I would suggest putting something that would let you, remind you that, hey, this is a call only ad. Just to, again, if you start creating multiple ads, you want to be able to have distinguishing names that, make it easy to not accidentally group them, in terms of your keywords or, whatever the case may be, any actions that could potentially negatively affect your ad. From there, we go ahead and hit continue. No, I don't. I want to start now. I had a draft, apparently, from doing another video for you guys. So from here, you could still do clicks. I mean, it's really not going to matter, in all honesty. This is where, when you're creating the campaign without a goals guidance, this is one of the things that, if I remember right, you would not see because they would go ahead and set this up for you. So you can do it based on conversions, and, they give you a little description. Conversions are actions on your website, app, or store that you define. Conversion value is value that you associate with actions taken on your webpage or store. Others would be clicks, when someone clicks on your ad. Impression share you know, the amount of percentage of impressions that your ads receive compared to the total number of impressions that your ads could get. So for this specifically, we're going to go ahead and stick with clicks for now, kind of like a CPC, so to speak. And in terms of this, this is where, you know, you can really control, you know, what am I paying per lead? Because of course, when people click on it, you're going to be getting, you know, a phone call ultimately. So from here, you can go ahead and set up, you know, whatever you think. And let me be clear, just like with all other, you know, this is still technically like a CPC campaign, but it's for calls, not for, you know, website clicks. So keep in mind, you know, a good resource to kind of compare to would be what? Google Local Services. Do you think you're going to get away with paying for less than what you're going to pay for Google Local Service calls? Probably not. So in my area, it's a very wide range right now. I've seen as low as $35 to $40 to as high as $88. So I'm going to start out on kind of the low end of that. We're going to say $50 max cost per click. From there, we're going to go ahead and do that. They try to get us with the search network and display network. We, again, just want to show up in Google search. Search network is not Google search. I got to be crystal clear about that. You can see ads can appear near Google search results and other Google sites when people search for terms that are relevant to your keywords. We do not want that. They almost get you here because you're like, oh, Google search results, that's what I want. But here's a kicker, and other Google sites. We don't want any of that. We just want to show up in Google search specifically. So we'll unclick those. And then from here, we got to go ahead and enter our locations. So I'm going to stick with, you know, the ones I usually stick with: Plano, Texas, Saxe, Texas. I'm going to try to keep this one a little bit more local. Plus, it'll make this video a little bit shorter for you guys. Wiley, Texas, Garland, Texas, Rockwall County, Royce City, Lavon. I don't even know if they have they don't even have the town of Fayette on here. Let's see, am I missing any? We got Plano, Garland, Saxe. Oh, Murphy, Texas. I almost forgot about Murphy. Murphy, Texas. And I did put Wiley, didn't I? Yeah, Wiley, Texas. And I'm not putting my hometown because I'm literally the number one. If you type in, you know, Pest Control Rowlett, Texas in the Google Map Pack, we're number one pretty much for the entire city of Rowlett. So no need for me to pay for Google ads in Rowlett, in my opinion. So we're going to leave that alone. Let's see, was there anything else? I don't know if Heath, Texas even shows up. Nope. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for now. And then we'll go down here. We're going to keep that as English. We're not going to mess with location options. Those we're going to leave as the same as always. Let's see, audience segments, we're not going to worry about that. Automatically create assets, no, we're going to keep that off. From there, we have our more settings. We're not going to run this ad all day, of course. We're going to run it Monday through Friday from the hours of 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And actually, I'm not even going to run it on the weekends at all. So 8 to 6. Make sure there wasn't anything else that I wanted to change there. Ad rotation, we're going to leave that as, you know, prefer the best performing ads. Duh, we want the best performing ad to go. Why wouldn't we? You could technically go in there and change that and, you know, select which specific ad. I don't really do that at the end of the day. You know, I trust the CTR and all that type of stuff. Maybe naive on my part, but like I said, it's gotten us the best results. So yeah, that's all we need for that. From here, of course, if you have a keyword list, you can go ahead and enter in your keywords. We're going to go ahead and just kind of make sure we get our basics here. So pest control near me, exterminator, does. And if you all are wondering with these brackets, we've mentioned this in previous videos and streams, but can't reiterate it enough, of course. You need to make sure that you're using these brackets for, as you can see down here, exact match. You have exact match, phase match, broad match. We don't really like broad match whatsoever. Sometimes phrase match can be okay. I still don't really like it that much. I personally like exact match the most. It, like I said, it tends to make your cost per click a little bit more expensive overall. But you can even see here right now, it shows average cost per click $12.30. This is all going to change here in a little bit once we, get the keywords entered in. There's a lot of other things we got to enter in as well. This is all going to change very quickly. So exterminator, ant, service, cockroach, service, spider, spider, service. Trying to think if there's anything off the top of my head. Ants, oh yeah, termite, treatment, termite, service, termite prevention. The irony is almost nobody looks up termite prevention, but again, we still want to show up. And that's a good little start. Again, when it comes to the keywords, we don't have to be like over the top with it. In all honesty, I could probably get away with like leaving out near me and just pest control, but again, I always like to be better safe than sorry. We're not going to worry about negative keywords for now. One, they don't even let you at the beginning, which I find ironic. But we, start checking that after the first day or two of the ad running. So from here, let's see, because you selected phone calls as a campaign goal, add a call asset to use with your ads. Should have already been there anyways. Let's see. What's going on? Shit. The 6979, okay. This is what happens whenever you start getting a lot of phone numbers that you're using with CallRail. You start to forget which one. So we're going to put that there. Go ahead and pull our chat back up. And hopefully the stream is doing all right, by the way. If you all are tuning in and the stream's, giving issues or anything, definitely just let me know in the chat. And like I said, if you have any questions, of course, feel free to shout it out there. So from here, we're going to go ahead. It gives us, some ideas on what we can do. So we'll say $50 off pest control services. $50 off termite treatments. Let's see, $50 off and services. $50 off cockroach services. Let's see. The best pest control near you. Well, that was perfect amount of characters. Let's see. So cockroach. I'm not gonna worry about spider. You guys would be amazed how few clicks, or not clicks, but searches the word spider gets. It's actually crazy. Maybe it's just because I'm in a city, DFW. I didn't realize how dark it's getting in here. Let me turn my lamp on real quick for you guys. Alright. God said, let there be light. Let's see. So best pest control, and then we'll go ahead and put our name as well. Preferred pest management. Boom, there we go. From there, we'll just say new customers get $50 off your pest control service now, or call now, because we want that call to action, of course. Get $50 off your termite service today. New customers get $50 off your ant service. Call now. Almost forgot to put the call to action up there. Call now. I'm doing a video. I know. My daughter just came in. She just busted up in here. Didn't even know what I was doing because I was almost whispering. Let's see. Get your ant service, and that'll be pretty much it for that. We're not even going to worry about adding images. We're not going to add site links because why? We do not want to show site links or anything. We just want to get calls specifically. We're not going to worry about any of this stuff here. So with that, we can go ahead and hit done. Next. Average daily budget. So you can see here, this is estimated we could get up to 35 leads, 35 clicks, quote unquote. Let's see, what we'll probably do is we'll start out with a set budget of just like $50. We'll see if this thing can get us, a call or two per day. Of course, it's going to tell us, setting a budget less than $72 a day. You know what? Let's go ahead and do it at $75. $75 a day. Let's see. Do I think it's going to get us 51 clicks? No. I don't even know that there's the volume there may be, but I don't think that there's necessarily the volume to even drive that many leads. But if nothing else, we'll see. And like I said, those of you that are following, we'll do updates and stuff, see how this ad is, performing for us. And of course, this is where, it's checking for any errors or anything like that. Should be good to go. Let's see, fix your ad. What we got going on? A bit more efficiently. Let's see. What's wrong with our keywords? What we got? Can't leave this blank. Why can't I leave it blank? I'm just running a simple call ad. We can put our website still, but we shouldn't have to. For pestmanagement.org. And this, by the way, is not how your ad's going to look, so don't freak out. It's showing you just a rotation of every single heading. Their AI technology will know not to put $50 off cockroach, $50 off termite. It'll know. It'll look more like this, best pest control company near you, $50 off. But do not get spooked by, seeing like $50. They're not going to blend it like that. I used to worry about that a lot. Make sure there wasn't nothing else in here. That should be fine now. Next. Alright, so you just want to scroll through here, make sure that you have everything entered in that you want. Make sure that your ad schedule is right. Make sure that your keywords are in there, your budget's right. Obviously, one ad, maximize clicks, phone call leads, Google search. Yeah, everything seems to be pretty right. What is this talking about? Bid efficiently, maximize conversions. Actually, that is right in this whole video. So I do have it on maximize clicks. That's a total brain fart on my part. So whenever you have the call ad running, you are going to want to bid based on, obviously your conversions is the phone ringing. So instead of paying for trash, you're going to be paying for the specific click. I wonder if actually that's going to change. So yeah, average cost per conversion would be $97. That makes more sense. I was like, as I was doing this video, I was like, there's no way my average cost per call is going to be somewhere around $15. Not legit calls anyways. So let's go back and see if I can get away with not putting my website. Because if I remember right, I should not have to put a website. Let me see, as for the final URL, after clicking your ad, it should match what it promotes if you cross domain. So I do not even want that. I shouldn't have to put that. I don't know why it's making me put a final URL. I'll probably have to go in here and mess with this a little bit more. Make sure everything is set up right. Or see if Google has messed with this since we last did a call ad, because what you should be able to do is literally just submit your ad as just a call ad. That might actually explain why we weren't seeing people's phone numbers popping up. I'll definitely keep you all updated on it for sure. And let's take a look actually. We'll scroll down to review. Checking for errors. Get more clicks. I don't need that. Publish. So of course they're going to review it. That usually takes, maybe one day at the most. In all honesty, usually within about 12 hours they'll review it. Plus that's the perks of running your ad not running your ad, but making your ad over the weekend when you're not going to be running it till Monday. Is even if it takes them a day or two. I always suggest, creating your ads, a couple days in advance, just in case if Google is having, a backup, or they're, flagging your shit for some reason, you'll have time to make the edits and keep it going. So I always like creating ads on Friday. And like I said, when you see these ad group things, don't freak out when you see where it says $50 off this, $50 off. Their AI technology is smart enough to not mix all of those together. So, make sure that these are not the only headlines you create. Otherwise, you won't give it a choice. That's why we put in some other ones like best pest control near you, our name of our business, etc. That way it can, know to mix those headlines in with these $50 off coupon headlines, so to speak. How's it going, Salvador? Stop by and say keep up with your work. It's gonna be. Oh yeah, no, most definitely. Yeah, it's already been a good start. I'm working again tomorrow. Just got home actually about an hour, or no, I guess about 2 hours ago now. Another long, successful day. Sold another. What did I sell? Literally my neighbor, like right in my front yard, essentially. Sold him on a yearly treatment plan. He paid for the whole year. They're probably going to do mosquito service and maybe even termite as well. And then we got a couple new starts tomorrow. Phone has been ringing this week. We just had a good little rain yesterday here in Dallas-Fort Worth. And ants and termites and shit are going crazy. So, yeah, definitely a good start to the year. I got a feeling everybody, that follows the channel and whatnot is going to be very successful this year as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this ad. I did forget to put Richardson in there. That's pretty much it for this ad setup and whatnot. Like I said, I'll keep a track of it and everything. Make sure that it is specifically, a call ad. People should not be going to my website or anything like that. It should be specifically getting me calls. So I'll definitely keep you guys updated on that, on the conversions, all of that good stuff. And those of you that are not in our Discord group chat already, definitely, hit the link in the description box and go over there. That leads me to my next point. I know we've had some of you all, at least a handful of you that I can think of off the top of my head, who were requesting, getting like one-on-one service from me specifically, which I'm completely like flattered, honored, all that stuff. You guys know that I always thrive on, the fact that we give all of this content out for free. Of course, if you're wanting, one-on-one time with me or me to do, services for you, like Google Ads, like your Google business profile, local SEO, stuff like that, or even, create blog posts for your website, just stuff like that. I literally stayed up till about 2 a.m. last night creating this website for you guys. It's still in the works right now. It's up and running. I actually put the link in the description box below. Like I said, you all do not by any means need this service. Like, I can't stress that enough. You guys know I'm not about, trying to like promote, courses and all that kind of, salesman BS or anything like that. Like I said, I've just had enough of you, consistently comment on videos, even on Facebook, other social media, that like, hey, you want to have, a one-on-one with me, be it 30 minutes, an hour, whatever the case may be. Of course, whenever we start doing that kind of stuff, I have to put some type of monetary value on my time, just because, of course, I'm a business owner and, I own my own pest control business out here. I'm super busy, with that. And then I do these YouTube videos for you all, which is free as well, or not free, but like it's time, doing all this stuff for you. And like I said, I can't stress enough, none of you need this service. Like, I'm trying to be like the least salesy, I just hate it. I could probably sell a lot more in terms of pest control too if I wasn't, so just against like being the pushy salesman or anything like that. I can't stress enough to you guys, you don't even need any of these services. If you have the time to do it, do it at the end of the day. Do it yourself. I've done it all myself. The question is essentially, are you willing to put in the hundreds of thousands of hours? Literally, I'm not bullshitting. I mean, I'm constantly on both of my phones and stuff, looking up videos on, the most updated, Google algorithm updates and all that type of stuff, just to try at least to stay ahead. Are you willing to go through all that, stress and work and stuff, ultimately is the question. Not to mention the time. Do you have the time? If you're somebody that's running another business, or you're starting your pest control business while you already have a full-time job, blah, 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 and you don't have the time, that's what it is more than anything. I'm finding that a lot of you all, it's not that you don't want to do it or that you think you can't do it. It's more so just the time factor. You're realizing how much time, effort, energy goes into this stuff. So that's why I went ahead and just made this. This is like, just another, I wouldn't even call it a side business. This is just a website specifically that I told you guys that I was going to come out with for you all, for those of you that are interested specifically. I know most of you are going to be interested in the one-on-one consultations specifically. I tried to price those as reasonably as possible based on like, my time, because in all honesty, 60 minutes of my time, just based on, the amount of money and stuff that we're pulling in from the business, is probably worth about $300 an hour right now. But, I wanted to, one, obviously incentivize you all to go ahead and do the 60 minutes, just because I think you'll get a lot more out of it. Two, because, the 30-minute one, that's about what average pest control service takes. Our average pest control service, for like a reg is around 125 to 150. So I figured, I'll just put it on the low end of that. Again, I'm just pricing it based off of my time. It's not that I'm trying to get rich off of any of you all. Again, I'll repeat it over and over and over, beat it over your heads that you do not need these services whatsoever if you're willing to watch all of my content, and not just my content, like I stressed, everybody's content when it comes to marketing, SEO, door knocking, all that type of stuff, motivational stuff, the guys like Gary Vee, Andy Frisella, all that. If you're willing to put in the time and just beat it in your head what you need to do and learn the skills, you do not need this whatsoever. Again, can't stress that enough. The local SEO services, we can click on it if you guys want. It gives you all like a description on it, essentially. So the local SEO service is pretty much how it sounds. It's managing your Google business listing. It goes over everything we're going to do in there, posting 2 weekly updates, a weekly audit of the listed services to make sure Google added any services to your account, because they do that very often. We'll go in there and create search engine optimized descriptions. We'll post photos. Of course, you got to provide the photos to us, but we'll post the photos. We'll respond. You can tell I was doing this at 1 a.m. We got a typo. Search engine optimized responses to Google reviews. Like as soon as there's a notification that your customer has left a review, we'll go in there and put a search engine optimized response that helps those show up in Google search. And adding questions to your Q&A. We're going to add one of those a month. You don't want to do more because you can trick Google's algorithm, and that will dock you if they can tell you're spamming the Q&A. So we'll just put one random Q&A in there per month. And we'll do sit downs. We'll do quarterly audits where we do a Google Meet for 30 minutes where we go over your Google business profile analytics to kind of just track the overall, one, the growth, and two, it's like accountability for us essentially. Like, okay, what am I paying you for essentially? So we'll go over, your analytics, all of that stuff. The only thing, let me see. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything on that. So yeah. So the initial fee to get set up for that is $750. That includes, by the way, creating your account for CallRail. That's covered. We're covering the cost of CallRail for you guys, which you all know is usually around $100 a month, roughly, depending on which plan you go with. And because what we're going to do is we're going to use CallRail and put that in your Google business listing. That way, each time you get a call through your Google business listing, you'll get that little, call from, ours says call from Google Business Plano or Google Business, where all that, you'll get that same chime. So hey, this shit's working. Like my call just came from that listing. Awesome. Again, just like some more accountability, more so for us, but it's $750 to get set up, and then just a simple flat $500 a month on the first of each month going forward, as long as you have that service. I think outside of the consultation type of stuff, this would be the one that most of you all, would be the most interested in. But of course, we do have other stuff in there, like the blog writing service, social media listing management, Google Ads management. And all of these pricings, a lot of these pricings, like when it comes to this stuff, as well as your Google LSA, all of these are like the starting prices essentially. Like I said, you can go in there and see each description if you guys decide to. In terms of Google Ads, we discussed how, you have to have a minimum of $1,000 a month ad budget, because our minimum price on that is $200 a month. Which, the higher your ad budget, the lower in terms of percentage it gets. So 20% is essentially what you'd be allocating to us out of your $1,000 ad budget. Of course, if you start getting to a point where you're managing, let's say $5,000 ad budget, our cost isn't really going to go up that much. It's causing your percentage to shrink, however. So if you're going from $1,000 to $5,000 a month, we're going to increase ours to probably somewhere around like $300. But if you do the math on $300 out of $5,000, it's a lot less than $200 on $1,000. So hope that makes sense for you guys. It's more so a volume thing in terms of what the deal looks like for that. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty simple website overall. I mean, if nothing else, if you want to just like kind of get in touch, you can submit the contact us form, what type of service that you're interested in, so we have an idea whenever we reach out of what type of service you're looking at or want some more details on. Because by all means, we want to make sure that whatever you'd be signing up for, that you feel like what you're paying for. And then also, if money is an issue, the cool thing about who we're using, which is Weebly, by the way, the irony, the same company we started with our pest control business, they are now offering the whole like buy now, pay later. I believe you can do that with Apple Pay as well as a couple other options. So if money for some reason is an issue, they do have those options. But I can't stress enough, if you're in a pinch where, say, the 125 or 195 or the 750 and then 500, etc. It's just too much money. Don't do buy now, pay later. Those things, they will drown not just your business but your personal finances. I can't stand buy now, pay later personally, and I'm not necessarily going to suggest you guys do it. Now, obviously, you all are adults at the end of the day. You're going to do whatever the hell you want, and we do have those options available because, of course, we're not going to turn down business at the end of the day. We're still businessmen at the end of the day out here. But I can't stress enough in my professional and, brother to brother or brother to sister if you're a woman, or brother to whatever you may be in today's day and age. Just personally, me to you right now, don't do the buy now, pay later. If you can't, afford to do it right now, do not feel like you need to. Like I said, for the last time in this stream, you do not even need this. I'm even posting our episodes. I have a specific tab called The Show where we're literally posting, these specific videos in terms, like this video will probably go up there as well. You don't even need the services at the end of the day. But, like I said, if you're pinched for time or, you honestly think that you could benefit from, my consultation, just literally answering your Q&As one-on-one. Another thing with the 60-minute one specifically is I will help you, if you're trying to do this stuff yourself, like the local SEO and stuff like that. I will help you, and I'm not gonna do it for you, tell you what to type, stuff like that, but I will help you gather the information needed to, help your Google business listing go up, help your blog writing skills, if you're trying to learn that skill, help you gain that skill and knowledge. The social media listing, all the stuff that we have in here. Of course, on YouTube videos and stuff, I mean, I could do endless streams for probably 150 hours and still not cover all the stuff that, that I have, just from, over what I say, thousands of hours of research and trial and error. And, if you ask me a certain question, it'll trigger that memory of, oh yeah, to do that, you do this, and that. So, like I said, I think the ones that you all are probably going to deal with the most, that if I were to try to quote-unquote pitch it to you, would probably be the 60-minute one-on-one. The 30-minute one-on-one is fine. Like I said, it's not the best deal, but also, you're very pinched on time. I mean, for example, this live stream has been going on now for almost 45 minutes already. So when you think about that, do you think in the amount of time that we've sat here, minus 15 minutes, that you'd be able to get a lot of information out of that 30 minutes? Probably not, and not to mention you're probably going to need, a follow-up appointment much sooner than you would with that 60. So say, you ended up needing 2 appointments, you're at $250 when you could have just paid $195 and got, that information all up front, and you could have took and ran with it. So like I said, that if I were to try to pitch you all on something, which again, I'm not, you don't need it, but if you think you need it, I think the 60-minute one would probably be your best if you're trying to still kind of do it yourself and not have to, spend the bigger bucks, having us do these other services for you guys. But didn't want to really hit on that too much. I feel like I hit on that way too much. But like I said, we'll have a link in the description box below if you all want to check out that website. And if nothing else, submit a little contact us form to get in touch and let us know, what you're kind of looking at. You can even hit, if you don't really know, if you think you might want to do more than one of the services, you can hit combination or something else. And what I'll probably do, because you have to put your phone number in on there, is I usually start out by sending a text message. I'm not a big talker on the phone, just going to be on the irony. I have to talk on the phone a lot for a living. That's probably why I don't like to do it a lot, but I prefer if you all put a cell phone number in there, just because, like I said, I'll start out by sending a text message, and then we'll look to set up like a Google Meet or something. At the bare minimum, you have to do a 30-minute meet, in terms of, even if, like, say you don't know what you want to do to get started. Like I said, we can text. I'm not going to charge you for texting me. Obviously, I'm not an asshole or anything, but if we need to do some kind of consultation, we can start out with just a 30-minute one, discuss, kind of what your goals are, what you struggle with, what you need help with, and then from there, either we can discuss, hey, maybe doing the 60-minute ones once a month or something like that, once a quarter, or whatever the case may be, to help you learn how to do SEO services, ad management, blog writing, whatever the case may be, just create a game plan for you. So, like I said, we'll leave that in the description box. You can head over there. Of course, we have our free Facebook group that you guys can join as well. We're over 30 members in there now. We're over 230 members now in our so many groups and stuff. Discord group chat, we'd love to have you in there as well. The Facebook group and the Discord group, those are the best ways you're going to get a hold of me outside of course, either commenting on these videos or filling out these contact us forms, so me and you can, link up and get in touch. I'll send you a text message personally from a business number, and we'll just kind of go from there. But hopefully you guys did enjoy the stream. Hopefully you guys took a lot of information out of, this, how to set up, your Google call ad. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to shout it out in the comments below after the video uploads. Or, of course, like I said, you can reach out on any of these platforms we discussed here at the end of the video. And like I said, if you like the stream, definitely hit a thumbs up for it. It helps the channel out big time. We've been growing the channel tremendously lately. Can't thank God and thank you all enough for, all the support and everything. We've gained something like 100 subscribers within the last month. I mean, I remember when I was struggling to get 100 subscribers. I almost quit YouTube because I just really couldn't get any traction. And now we're pushing 1,650 to 1,700 subscribers already. So just love to see the community continue to grow. Like I said, we'll continue doing all this free content for you all, because like I said, I cannot stress enough, to be honest, I feel like a slimy salesman right now after going over that whole website for you all. But like I said, I know a lot of you all just want it, so that's the only reason why we go over that, because I know you all have been asking for it. Some of you all have been asking for it for a while, so we got it up there, and we'll always have it in the description boxes and stuff. But yeah, like I said, if y'all need anything in the future, just shout it out in the comments or shout it out in one of our groups, and I will see y'all over there. But until then, have a good weekend, stay blessed.